Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Gino Lamont. Elizabeth Bulbian is at La Quinta Resort as the Clinton Health Matters Initiative wraps up their day-long conference. Elizabeth, good evening.
Hi, Gino. The conference is just wrapping up as we speak with a panel led by Jillian Michaels from NBC's The Biggest Loser. She actually started the day out here with a workout out on the front lawns of the La Quinta Resort for anyone who wanted to join in. And it was a busy day out here from the beginning all the way to the end right now. A packed house with people filling up the conference room here to hear from the 42nd president and many other experts on health and wellness.
Thank you very much.
President Bill Clinton opened the second annual Health Matters Conference by addressing the crowd with some startling statistics, like the fact that the U.S. spends between $850 million and $1 trillion per year on health care.
Some of these costs, for example, are the direct result of our excess rates of obesity and type 2 diabetes and their attendant consequences.
It's those rates of illness and their expanding costs that this symposium hopes to cure through preventive measures like eating more whole foods, vegetables, and fruits. One of the biggest problems plaguing communities, childhood obesity. Guest speaker and mayor of the city of Coachella says his city has a plan in place.
If we can create healthy spaces that are accessible to our children and our families, they are more likely to be physically active. And so that's one of the goals and objectives that we have in the city.
There are 5 aspects to meditation.
World famous doctor Deepak Chopra led the crowd through meditation and encouraged wellness through a mind-body connection.
So if I can say one thing that will inspire you, and that is that your body is not a noun, it's a verb. Okay, it's an activity.
Even Hollywood made an appearance when Barbra Streisand came on stage and pledged her support of research for women's heart disease.
I'm thrilled to announce that the hospital, through the Barbra Streisand Women's Heart Center, is pledging $2 million.
Former first daughter Chelsea Clinton sat with her father in the crowd for part of the seminar and also took the stage to moderate a panel on access to healthy living.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Quick poll.
Quick one. Just real quick.
No.
NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, was again in attendance this year and says she believes the forum has led to great things for the health of the nation.
Last year, the president really said to everyone who's here, you have to take something, achieve something, and bring back and report on something. And everyone left here believing that this was the best of both worlds. The Clinton Foundation, nonprofits, big corporations, community activism. And this year is even better than last year. And I thought last year was pretty amazing.
By the way, another talking point from today's conference was when Dr. Snyderman, who we just heard from, sat and interviewed President Clinton. She's been friends with the Clintons for 30 years now, dating all the way back to when, back in Arkansas, when Hillary Clinton was an attorney and helped her adopt a child who is now 26 years old. So they've been friends for a very long time. And when Dr. Snyderman sat and talked with Bill Clinton today, she asked him about his wife's health.
Have moments with the Secretary of State and pillow osmosis can happen. Do you ever tell her to slow down?
No, but she will when she gets out. But you know,
because you know we all worry.
Yeah, but what you all need to know is that when she was in Washington, the morning she was in Washington, she worked out every morning at 6:30 with a trainer. And she swam 5 days a week when it was possible. And she is much more disciplined in sleeping than I am. She can sleep on an airplane all the time. Every time she got on an airplane, she slept. So that's how she kept up this incredibly grueling schedule. And what happened to her had nothing to do with her exhaustion. She got a terrible virus, and it was one of the manifestations of it was prolonged retching, even when there was no biological reason to do it. And she fainted and hit her head and got a concussion. But she is going to take a long rest because she's been hitting it for 20 years. So I wanted to just take a few months before she does anything.
Clinton also spoke about whether Hillary would run for president in 2016. He said his advice to her would be to rest up and then take a while to really think about if it's the best thing for her, for the nation, and the world. He also called her the most gifted public servant that he has ever known and said whatever she decides on doing, he is okay with. So again, the 2013 Health Matters Clinton Foundation Conference wrapping up right now at this minute. They'll be back again next January 2014. And tomorrow, coming up, a big day of golf for the Humana Challenge. And Gino, I understand it's your big day out on the course as well, and we're hoping you're ready to retain your title as anchor champion.
Yeah, well, we've had it 2 years in a row. Now, I will stress it is a team score that wins it, so hopefully I can hang on to it for one more year, if for no other reason than to abuse the other two guys with my ongoing title. So, Elizabeth, speaking of golf, did the president mention if he was going to get to golf at all, even in the short time he's going to be here this year?
He didn't mention that yet, but from early reports were that he was going to at least be able to walk the course and meet with some of the fans and greet with them. He wasn't sure if he would have enough time to actually get around in, as he needs to be at President Obama's inauguration coming up this weekend.
All right, Elizabeth Bowlby, live for us tonight at La Quinta Resort and Club. Thank you, ma'am.